to our show.
Hack and slash the planet.
Hack the planet!
Hello and welcome to our show. Today we're going to talk about memories, specifically memories of a 90s Lara Croft. Growing up, I didn't have that Namaste crap. I had Tomb Raider. This was my tranquility. Running around and dodging traps, shooting wolves and bats was exactly what I wanted to take out of this game. When you solved the puzzle, the best noise would play. One of the greatest video game noises there are. It's right up there with opening a chest in Zelda. The simplicity of the first two levels of the original Tomb Raider on PlayStation were my happy place. My tranquil temple that I went to every morning about 2 hours before school. Now I can't wake up for anything, so why is it I could wake up and find enough time to play Tomb Raider? We didn't have a PlayStation. My uncle would come over and leave it at my house for a day or two.
Hey, time to load up on PlayStation games. Greatest hits are on sale. Crash Bandicoot, Jet Moto.
But I don't even have a PlayStation.
You do now.
PlayStation.
And then come collect it again. I think he felt bad for me sometimes. Anytime I had the ability to get near the PlayStation, it was just too much for me to control. Not only would I stay up all night playing it, I would get up early just to play it more. I would literally be playing Tomb Raider and hear the bus coming down the road, throw the controller on the ground, smack the power button, and run out the door. Now that is living, baby. And could I pick up where I left off when I got back to school? Nope. Now, this may be a bit of a shocker to some of you, but back in the day, if you didn't have the memory card that went along with the system, you couldn't save your game, end of story. In fact, Tomb Raider would actually warn you, warning, you don't have a memory card, are you sure you want to play this game? So when I got home from school, I would usually play Twisted Metal or any of the other bonkers titles for the original PlayStation. If you lived it, then you know what I'm talking about. And in my opinion, Lara was the sexy smart archaeologist making sure things got to a museum. In fact, she was modeled off of Indiana Jones. That's right, when they first made Tomb Raider, the first design off of an old man wearing all white. Thankfully, they had the insight not to go with some dusty old man and bust out the busty Lara that we love today. When we go to Lara Croft's house, we start in her bedroom.
Welcome to my home. I'll take you on a guided tour.
We also found that she's just hanging out, just like us. She's wearing sweatpants and a tank top. Lara is relaxing. This is her own house in her own environment. And as we move through, she explains she's just moving in.
The main hall. Sorry about the crates. I'm having some things put into storage and the delivery people haven't been yet.
See all of her crates. Wish we could have taken the guns out and blasted them open. Next, we'd go for a dip in the pool. This was great for learning how to swim, but even better for the punchline.
Right, now I'd better take off these wet clothes.
And next, you'd head over to where the butler was, and he would follow you around. You would lure him into the kitchen, not to make you a sandwich. No, Lara is luring the butler into the kitchen so that she can lock him in the freezer till he dies. Yeah, he might have been chasing that peach around the mansion, but Lara got the last laugh for sure.
No, you just follow me around and look at my bottom.
Lara's not going to peg the patriarchy. Lara's going to put the patriarchy in the freezer to die.
Turn around.
But then you wake up because this is all of a facade. Your memory has failed you. Lara didn't bring the butler into the freezer in Tomb Raider because the butler was first introduced in Tomb Raider 2. That's right, your memory screwed up. It's okay, I did the same thing. The part with the butler didn't exist. He never followed you around the house. There was no kitchen. It would have been here in this room, right against this wall. And there was no freezer. And that's the beginning of our trip down memory lane. Because today we're also talking about the original memory card for the PlayStation. The 1 megabyte memory card and how it felt to actually save games onto this device. I actually have my very own memory cards from when I was a kid. It was gray and it had that kind of original look to it. I can't remember whether it came with the PlayStation when I finally bought it or not. And trying to dig back up that memory is very difficult, but I do know this. I filled that memory card pretty quickly. And after I did, I went out to go buy more of them. And I would come across memory cards in cases, specialty memory cards. Do you remember when you used to have to write in tiny little abbreviations? I mean, but DD, is that Death Trap Dungeon? What am I abbreviating here? MX is definitely Mega Man X. I got that for sure. TR, we talking original Tomb Raider? BR, FF7. Every single person that came out of the 90s with a PlayStation has a memory card with FF7. But the same thing for TR. That's Tomb Raider. Some of these are so easy to recognize to this day that if I went to a yard sale and bought a memory card, I could probably tell you what's on it. My memories of the beautiful Lara Croft were also showcased in many magazines. Lara was the first video game pinup. Before Lara Croft came out, there weren't too many video game pinups, if any. But when Lara Croft did finally come to our screens at home, boy, you could get magazines with her on the cover in all kinds of poses. Our pinup Lara Croft was everywhere. Even when you bought Tomb Raider, you'd immediately get a pinup of Lara Croft. And I present to you Lara Croft PlayStation 1 memory card. They made a few of these. There's one for Duke Nukem. There's one for Goldberg. There's one for Goldberg. But there's also one for the beautiful and plentiful Lara Croft. And this is mine from when I was a kid. Now, this isn't from Tomb Raider 1. This came out much later. In fact, look, it has a collector's edition number of 180,527. Boy, I feel special. I don't remember exactly when I got it, but I can remember using it. And it looks like I played Mega Man Legends, Metal Gear Solid, and CB2. Those are just the ones I put on the card. I'm sure I added many, many more to this. When I would put this into my PlayStation, nothing would show up. Where are my games? Where are my saves? I gotta tell you, this is one of the most frustrating feelings I have ever had in my entire life. Turns out that memory cards have a lifespan for how long the saves will save on the actual chip of the card. All those saved files, yeah, they're gone. Now I can save on to Lara again, and I can fill Lara up with whatever I'd like. I could search my house for games to fill Laura's head with, but I can't get those old memories back. Like locking an old man in the freezer to die, the memories fade away. It's not the years, honey. It's the mileage.